California state lawmakers are getting ready to discuss two bills tomorrow morning that address trans athletes in girls and women's sports. And it comes as the U.S. Department of Education is threatening to stop funding California schools. Tonight, ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen explains what is at stake and how the trans community is responding.
We're doing is protecting trans people like we've always done.
Advocates for the transgender community gathered in Sacramento on Monday for International Trans Day of Visibility to defend their rights. They're speaking out against two bills the state legislature is set to discuss Tuesday morning that addresses trans athletes in girls and women's sports.
So they're being touted as anti-transgender bills, and they are specifically there to remove existing protections that are here in the state of California.
Assembly Bill 844 is one of the bills that will be heard in the Assembly Arts, Entertainment, Sports, and Tourism Committee. Its author, Republican Assemblymember Bill Asaley, says the bill would restore California law to what it was 10 years ago and only allow students to access bathrooms, facilities, and play in sports based on the student's sex.
We've had several examples now of where young women have been disadvantaged and treated very unfairly because biological boys have joined their team and then they have obtained better results.
These bills are being heard as the U.S. Department of Education is threatening to stop federal funding to California schools. Just last week, the Department of Education said they're also investigating the California Department of Education for alleged violations of the Family Educational Rights Privacy Act over state law that prohibits school personnel from disclosing a child's gender identity to that child's parent.
Advocates have gathered here today in Sacramento to celebrate Trans Day of Visibility. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for the governor's office tells ABC 10 parents still have access to their students' education records as required by federal law. And if the U.S. Department of Education still had a full staff, this investigation would be quick.
As of how the governor feels about trans student athletes in girls' sports, during an interview with Bill Maher last week, he said it's, quote, unfair.
It was fundamentally unfair. We haven't been able to figure that out. So I express that as a fierce champion of LGBTQ rights.
Yes. While Hudson disagrees with how the governor has addressed this, he believes the state's current laws protect all kids.
According to the governor's office, of California's 5.8 million students K through 12 public school system, the number of transgender student athletes is estimated to be in the single digits. Alex.
And Jeannie, we know that there's two bills being heard in the assembly tomorrow addressing trans athletes in girls' sports. Talk a little bit more about AB 89.
Yeah, Alex, that bill is authored by Assemblymember Kate Sanchez, and if passed, it would require the California Interscholastic Federation to amend its policies to prohibit any student assigned as male at birth from participating in any girls' sports team. Now, the hearing for that bill and AB 844 will be heard tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
All right, and we'll keep you updated on this, Jeannie. Thank you so much, as always.